Hello, dear students. After seeing all the bones, we've seen the 206 in the bones in the human body, divided into axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton has 80 bones. Appendicular skeleton has 126 bones. We have seen all these bones in detail. Now we are going to see the place where the two bones will come close to each other, where the two bones are meeting each other. Such a place is called a joint. Joint is the meeting point. It is the coming close together of two or more bones. So joint is the meeting point. It is coming together of two or more bones. Meeting point of two or more bones. Joints are also called arthroses. 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 Joints are also called arthroses. It is also called articulation. Articulation. Study of joints is called arthrology. Study of joints is called arthrology. Now, depending on what type of movement the joints show, the joints are classified into different types, and depending on what is present between the two bones at their junction, joints are classified into different types. Let us first do the classification of joints depending on their movement. So, we can classify joints depending on its movement into three types. Joints can be classified into three types depending on the movement. The first one will be synarthrosis. Synarthrosis. The second one will be amphiarthrosis. Amphi. The third one will be diarthrosis. Diarthrosis. Now, what is the meaning of syn and arthrosis? Syn means no movement. They will be fused. These joints will be fused. They will be immovable. No movement. No movement. They will be fused joints. They will be immovable. There will be no movement between the joints in a synarthrosis. Now, amphi. The word amphi means in between. So, in between the immovable one and the movable one, it will be amphiarthrosis. Word amphi means in between. So these joints will be slightly movable. They will be slightly movable. Slight movement will be seen in amphiarthrosis. These words are also MCQ. Synarthrosis means no movement, immovable. Amphiarthrosis means slight movement. And diarthrosis means freely movable. Diarthrosis means freely movable joints. So it is synarthrosis, it is amphiarthrosis, it is diarthrosis. This is the classification of the joint depending on the movement. What type of movement the joints show? According to that, the joints will be classified into three types. Synarthrosis, amphiarthrosis means slightly movable, and diarthrosis means freely movable joints. So you have to understand the terminology because you will be getting it in your MCQs. Diarthrosis are, so they are freely movable joints. Amphiarthrosis are, they are slightly movable joints. Synarthrosis are, they are immovable joints. They are fused joints. They will show no movement. Now, secondly, we can classify the joints depending on what is present between the two bones at their junction. The place where they are joining, what is present between the two bones. So, if there is fibrous connective tissue in a thin arthrosis, now this we are doing depending on what is present between the two bones. In thin arthrosis, there will be fibrous connective tissue which is present between the two bones. Fibrous connective tissue. There will be fibrous connective tissue जो दो bones के बीच में present रहेगा. There will always be fibrous connective tissue present between the two bones in thin arthrosis. So joints can also be classified depending on what is present between the two bones. So this fibrous connective tissue will be present between the two bones in thin arthrosis. They will be fused, they will be immovable, they are also called fibrous joints. In an amphiarthrosis, there will be cartilage which is present between the bones. So cartilage is present between the two bones. This cartilage can be fibrocartilage or can be hyaline cartilage. But there will be cartilage present between the two bones in this type of joint which will give it slight movement. So cartilage present रहेगा इसीलिए इन joints को cartilaginous joints भी बोलेंगे. Amphiarthrosis will also be called cartilaginous joints. Amphiarthrosis. They will also be called cartilaginous joints because cartilage is present between the two bones over here. And now diarthrosis. Diarthrosis or freely movable bones. Here a synovial cavity will be present between the two bones. Synovial cavity. So we will speak what a synovial cavity is. And in the synovial cavity, there will be synovial fluid. In this synovial cavity, there will be synovial fluid which will be present. So these joints are also called synovial joints. Diarthrosis are also called synovial joints because between the two bones, synovial fluid will be present. There will be a synovial cavity. These are also called cartilaginous joints. The amphiarthrosis ones are also called cartilaginous joints because cartilage will be present between the two bones. This cartilage can be fibrocartilage, can be hyaline cartilage. We will see the example. And in the thin arthrosis, there will be fibrous connective tissue which is present between the two bones. So very important classification. The first one depending on the movement. What type of movement the two bones will show at the joint. The joint will be classified as thin arthrosis, amphiarthrosis and diarthrosis. So one is immovable, the thin arthrosis, amphiarthrosis is slightly movable, diarthrosis is freely movable. Now depending upon what is present between the two bones at the joint can also be classified as fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints and synovial joints. They will also be classified as fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints and synovial joints. So thin arthrosis will be having fibrous connective tissue between them. They will be immovable joints. They will show no movement. Amphiarthrosis will be having cartilage present between the bones. This cartilage can be fibrocartilage, can be hyaline cartilage, which will provide a slight movement. And diarthrosis will be freely movable joints, which will be having the synovial fluid and the synovial cavity between the bones. Now let us see the examples of the first type, that is thin arthrosis. These are fused joints, these are immovable joints. Fibrous connective tissue is going to be present in between the two bones at this joint, like your cranial bones. Imagine करके देखो frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal, as you move them, no, they are fused, they are fibrous joints. See your nasal bones. No, all your facial bones, all your cranial bones, they are fused bones, they are thin arthrosis, fibrous connective tissue is present. So first example is the suture. Second is touch your teeth and see, can you move it in its socket? No. The tooth in its socket is the second example which is held by fibrous connective tissue and it is called gum fossil. Gums में फंसे हुए teeth, gum fossil ऐसे ही याद रखेंगे. Gum fossil is example of tooth in the socket, in the jaw bone. And the third example is between radial ulna and tibia fibula. Third example is radial ulna और tibia fibula ऐसे long bones हैं जो ऊपर एक दूसरे से attached रहते हैं superior surface पे और inferior surface पे attached रहते हैं. In between जो space रहती है ये articulating bones के बीच की जो space रहती है वहाँ पे fibrous connective tissue की sheath present रहेगी. So sheaths of fibrous connective tissue are present between two long bones, that is thin dead muscle. Chalo, we will write it down. The first one is suture. So fibrous connective tissue is present between the two bones. Example are all your cranial and facial bones. All cranial and facial bones, they will be showing suture. Fibrous connective tissue present between the two bones. ये मेरा एक bone है, ये मेरा दूसरा bone है. There is going to be fibrous connective tissue present between the two bones and the suture at the joint. So between bone 1 and bone 2, fibrous connective tissue is present. These are sutures. So here we have to go back and revise. Which is the suture present between coronal and parietal? Do you remember this diagram? If this is my coronal, these are my parietals, this is my occipital, and then side temporal bone. Tell me the names of the sutures which are separating it. So the suture between coronal and parietal. Suture between coronal and parietal is coronal suture. These examples you have to remember. We don't have to remember the facial bone sutures, but the cranial bone sutures you have to remember. The suture present between the two parietals is sagittal suture. Then the suture present between parietal and occipital is lambdoid suture. And the suture present between parietal and temporal is squamous suture or lateral suture. So these sutures are examples of thin arthrosis. These sutures are examples of thin arthrosis. Sutures will be present in the cranium, in your facial bones, all the skull bones over here, the sutures will be present. Alright, so thin arthrosis ka first example is the suture. Let us come to the second example now, which is gum fossil. Gum fossil. What is gum fossil? When your tooth is embedded in the socket. See the tooth. This is your tooth. Okay, this is your crown portion. हम crown ही देखते हैं, but हर एक दांत का root भी होता है, and the root is embedded in the jaw bones. So these are your jaw bones, and there is going to be the ligament over here which holds the tooth tightly in the socket. So gum fossil का example है tooth in the jaw bone. So all your teeth in your jawbone, teeth in the jawbone, rather I will write, because all your teeth in your jawbone is an example of gum fossil. ये tooth का crown है, ये root है, ये आपका jawbone है. Okay. So if I want to show, you will have one more socket over here. This will also have a tooth which will be embedded. This is also a socket, so you will have a tooth here. That is example of gum fossil. Example of gum fossil teeth in the jaw. Now the third example of synarthrosis is syndesmosis. What is syndesmosis? Again, fibrous connective tissue is present, but it is present in the form of long sheath. Sutures के बीच में देखो छोटा छोटा fibrous connective tissue है. Sutures कुछ छोटे छोटे the cranial bone, the small bone. But when between two long bones, fibrous connective tissue sheaths are present, it is called syndesmosis. See, I do the drawing. This is supposedly my radius, and then this is ulna. Alright, this is ulna. So see, they are articulating with each other only at the superior and inferior. Each major space, fibrous connective tissue sheath present place. So here in syndesmosis, fibrous connective tissue sheaths are present between the long bones. And it is between, examples are between radius and ulna. The second example is between tibia and fibula. All of you should have this chart with you. This chart will be more than sufficient for you. Synarthrosis, the examples are sutures, gum fossil, and syndesmosis. Alright, sutures के examples हैं, all are cranial and facial bones. तो coronal suture, sagittal suture, lambdoid suture, spinal suture ये आपको याद रखने हैं. Then gum fossil and then syndesmosis, where fibrous connective tissue sheaths, long sheaths will be present between the long bones. Example is between radius ulna and between tibia and fibula. Now let us see the next one, that is amphiarthrosis, slightly movable cartilage is joint because cartilage is present between the two bones. Alright, if the cartilage is of hyaline type, it is called synchondrosis. So the first type is synchondrosis, where the cartilage is going to be hyaline cartilage between the two bones. And if the cartilage is the fibrocartilage, it is called symphysis. When fibrocartilage is present between the two bones. So fibrocartilage is present here between the two bones. This is synchondrosis, hyaline cartilage is present. This is symphysis, fibrocartilage is present. Examples of synchondrosis are rib-sternum junction, the attachment of the rib to the sternum is through a coastal cartilage which is hyaline cartilage. So it is rib-sternum junction or the joint between the ribs and the sternum. The second example over here is of epiphysis and diaphysis of long bones. Epiphysis and diaphysis of long bone. तो एक जो ये लॉन्ग बोन होता है उसकी एक्सट्रीमिटी और उसका मिडिल पार्ट, this is the epiphysis, this is the diaphysis. Alright, there is going to be hyaline cartilage present over here which helps the bone to grow. Child से लेके adult में bones grow होते हैं, तो ये hyaline cartilage present रहता है. It is between epiphysis and diaphysis of long bones, and it is also between wrist sternum junction. So it is called synchondrosis. Synchondrosis, where hyaline cartilage is present and these will be slightly movable, very slight movement. Symphysis, where fibrocartilage is present between the two bones. Okay, that is symphysis. The first example is pubic symphysis. Pubic symphysis, that is between the two pubic bones. First example is pubic symphysis. दो pubic bones pelvic girdle के आपके midline में मिलते हैं. There is presence of fibrocartilage between the two pubic bones. That is called pubic symphysis. The second example is the pre and post zygapophysis of the vertebrae. The second example is the intervertebral disc. Intervertebral discs are fibrocartilage discs which are placed between the body of successive vertebrae to avoid friction. Okay, दो bodies के बीच में intervertebral disc present रहती है जो थोड़े से movement में भी help करती है. It helps to reduce the friction during movement. So the joint, the amphiarthrosis will be classified into synchondrosis and symphysis. Synchondrosis के examples होंगे wrist sternum junction and epiphysis and diaphysis of long bones. Symphysis के examples होंगे pubic symphysis and the intervertebral disc where a fibrocartilage is present. Alright, now we will see the examples of the synovial joint, that is the diarthrosis. Right, now let's see the diarthrosis. These are the freely movable joints. A synovial cavity is present in between the two bones which will enclose the synovial fluid. And the synovial joint or the diarthrosis, दो बोन्स एक दूसरे से डायरेक्टली कांटेक्ट में नहीं आते हैं, दोनों के बीच में कार्टिलेज प्रेजेंट रहता है and there is some gap between the two bones जहाँ पे synovial cavity बनती है. We will see the structure of the synovial cavity in the picture. In the lecture of joints with pictures which will show you all these joints, हम synovial cavity का picture देखेंगे and will be explaining over there in detail. Alright, so synovial cavity is present, which will be enclosing the synovial fluid. The two bones do not come in contact with each other directly. These are also called freely movable joints. Freely movable, they move freely. Okay. Now, these joints are mostly common in the appendicular skeleton. Alright, the fibrous joints and the amphiarthrosis, they are more common in the axial skeleton, body की midline. Appendicular skeleton में diarthrosis type of joints, the synovial type of joints are more common. Let us see the first one, the ball and socket, your shoulder joint, your femur joint, where your leg attaches to the pelvic girdle. These are examples of ball and socket. एक joint बनाता है, एक bone बनाता है socket, जिसमें दूसरे bone का head attached होता है, ball and socket. We will see the animations to these, okay? So एक bone का socket, दूसरे का head, ball and socket बनाते हैं. Examples are between the humerus and glenoid cavity, that is the shoulder joint. Glenoid cavity of scapula, that is the shoulder joint. The joint between femur and acetabulum cavity, that is of the pelvic girdle. Alright, so your hip joint, your shoulder joint are examples of ball and socket joints. Now you see that in all the three planes of the body, you move your hand in all the three planes of the body. So this type of joint is multi-axial. Multiple planes say it is providing movement, so it is multi-axial. Come to the second one. See the movement of your hand at the elbow. You can take it forward, bring it together. Take it forward, extended, flex, extended, flex. ये movement सिर्फ एक ही डायरेक्शन से हो सकती है. Alright, this is unidirectional movement. Take a movement at your knee also. It will be unidirectional movement, एक ही axis में flexion. This type of joint is hinge joint. Door को compare करो. Door को wall के साथ hinges लगे रहते हैं. Door can either open inside the room or can open outside the room. दोनों side नहीं open कर सकता है. So that is where the name comes from, hinge joint. So it is hinge joint. Usually one bone is stationary and the other is moving. Examples are the elbow joint, the knee joint, and the temporomandibular joint. Temporomandibular joint. Temporomandibular joint. So see your mandible. This is the mandible. It can open and close. So ये जो opening and closing movement है, this is also hinge joint. One bone is stationary, temporal bone is stationary. Mandible is moving for opening and closing of your jaw. When you speak, while you eat. So that is temporomandibular joint. Because hinge joint provides movement in only one axis, it is called uniaxial joint. It is called uniaxial joint. Next, let us see the pivot joint. Pivot joint एक बोन का ऐसे पेनलाइज प्रोसेस करेगा और दूसरा बोन उसके अराउंड आर्टिकुलेट करेगा. एक बोन का प्रोसेस है, पिवट है, दूसरा बोन उसके अराउंड रोटेट कर रहा है. Can you correlate the example to see this? Which was the movement? किसके पास प्रोसेस था और दूसरा मूव करेगा? It is atlantoaxial joint. Atlantoaxial joint, the no joint. Atlantoaxial joint. This is also called no joint. इसका second example है the rotation of the radius over the ulna. See, this is pronation. मेरा palm side नीचे है, pronation. Supination, palm side up. Pronation, supination. Pronation, supination. In this pronation and supination, radius is rotating over the ulna. Radius rotate हो रहा है. Radius is towards the palm side. Radius is rotating over the ulna. So एक बोन दूसरे बोन के ऊपर rotate हो रहा है. This is also an example of pivot joint. Rotation of radius over ulna. So I will write radius over ulna. For pronation, supination, this is also pivot joint. This is also a pivot joint. Now let us come to the condyloid joint. So this is also unidirectional. It is a uniaxial joint. This also happens only in this movement only. You can move your head in this movement only. एक ही plane है. So एक ही plane में movement हो रहा है uniaxial. Now let us see the condyloid joint. In a condyloid joint, एक बोन के elevated processes दूसरे के depression में fit होते हैं. जैसे occipital condyles fit होते हैं atlas vertebrae के superior articulating processes. And this bone can move. So एक तो ये movement हो सकता है head का और दूसरा ये movement हो सकता है. This is biaxial movement. I'm not doing this movement. See, this is the pivot joint. Atlantoaxial. Atlanto-occipital joint एक तो ये movement कर सकता है और दूसरा slightly ये side by side head का movement भी करता है. So this is a condyloid joint. ऐसा ही movement होता है हमारे wrist पे भी. Up and down, and you can move it from side to side also. So this joint between the radius and the carpal, between the carpals and the metacarpals, right? This is also example of condyloid joint. So condyloid joint के examples देखेंगे atlantoaxial joint, atlanto-occipital joint, which is also called yes joint. Atlanto-occipital joint, which is also called yes joint. You will also write the wrist joint, because your wrist is moving like this. Okay, joint between the radius and the carpus, radius and the carpus. Carpo-metacarpal joint. All these are examples of condyloid joint. Carpo-metacarpal. And you can also write your ankle joint. Ankle से ही move हो सकता है from up and down and side to side. So you can also include your ankle joint in the condyloid joint. Alright, condyloid joints में वो भी include होंगे. Now let us come to saddle joint. Metacarpophalangeal joint will also come here. See, between this metacarpal and the phalange. ये metacarpal or first phalange. Metacarpal and first phalange can come, go back, and you can also move away from the body, come close to the body. Fingers away from the body, close to the body. So this is metacarpophalangeal joint. तो यहाँ पे metacarpophalangeal joint भी include कर दो. Metacarpophalangeal joint. Next is the saddle joint. एक बोन का सैडल शेप रहता है जो दूसरे बोन के डिप्रेशन में फिट होता है. ये ज्यादा एक्सिस में मूवमेंट प्रोवाइड करता है. एग्जाम्पल इज अ थंब. Take the thumb to the little finger. It will reach here. But bring the little finger to the thumb. It will not come here. Thumb को little finger के पास जाके टच करके देखो होगा. But little finger या और कोई finger thumb के पास नहीं आ सकेगी. Little finger या और कोई finger thumb के पास नहीं आ सकेगी. So this saddle joint, this more movement of the thumb, this is because of the carpal, that is trapezium over here and the metacarpal. यहाँ पे trapezium carpal आएगा, thumb side पे distal row. Between the trapezium and metacarpal of thumb is this saddle joint. लिखेंगे saddle joint is between the trapezium and metacarpal of thumb. The carpal and metacarpal of thumb. ऐसी मूवमेंट जो थंब की हो रही है वो बिग टो की नहीं होती है. करके देखो, बिग टो की वैसी मूवमेंट नहीं होती है. जैसे ये रेडियस और अल्नार प्रोनेशन सुपाइनेशन करते हैं वैसे फुट का नहीं होता है. यू कैन नॉट हैव द फुट अप एंड डाउन लाइक दिस, जैसे हम हैंड को पाम को कर रहे हैं. तो वैसे ही सैडल, ये जो थंब की मूवमेंट होती है वो बिग टो की नहीं होती है. It is characteristic feature of only of this thumb and in Homo sapien species, that is US. So the saddle joint, it is biaxial. Two planes में movement होता है. Condyloid joint is also biaxial. एक ये और दूसरा ये, दो planes में movement हो रहा है. Okay, so biaxial. And the last one is the gliding joint. दो प्लेन बोन्स जस्ट एक दूसरे के ऊपर ग्लाइड कर रहे हैं इस ग्लाइडिंग जोइंट. जैसे हमारे कार्पल, जैसे हमारे टार्सल, जैसे हमारे सुपीरियर और इंफीरियर आर्टिकुलेटिंग सर्फेसेस वर्टिब्रल. प्री-ज़ाइगोपोफाइटल सुपीरियर आर्टिकुलेटिंग सर्फेसेस को प्री-ज़ाइगोपोफाइटल बोलते हैं. इंफीरियर आर्टिकुलेटिंग सर्फेसेस को पोस्ट-ज़ाइगोपोफाइटल बोलते हैं. So between the zygapophyses of the vertebrae, or this movement down, bending back, bending forward, bending back, ये glide करते हैं एक दूसरे के. Gliding joint में there is non-axial movement. ये body को किसी भी plane में जब carpal से एक दूसरे के ऊपर rotate करते हैं किसी भी plane में नहीं move करते हैं. Alright, so examples will be between the carpal, the tarsal and the zygapophyses. And condyloid joints, they are non-axial. Examples is between the carpals, between the tarsals, between the pre and post zygapophyses of the vertebrae. Superior and inferior articulating surfaces of the vertebrae. ये अगर एक चार्ट आप बना लेते हो तो believe me all your MCQs will be solved. अगर ये एक चार्ट आप बना लेते हो आपके सारे MCQs कंप्लीट हो जाएंगे. Right? So now followed by this lecture we will be seeing one more lecture where I will show you all the animated movements of these joints for you to understand the joints better.